Do. Let's talk Coom versus Venom. It's a matchup that I do not like that much. It's pretty hard to get in. Venom has a lot of tools to keep you out. Venom's able to space you really well, so a lot of your buttons won't work. I'd say this one's 4-6. Like, pretty easily. Not a lot of thought I think I need to put into that. I know some people probably say it's like a little bit worse for Venom, but on average I think Coom struggles a lot on getting in. He has some new tools which people are using now that make it better, but I'd feel safe saying it's 4-6. What are the pros for Coom? Venom can't challenge you. Venom can't challenge you on his defense. Venom's defensive options aren't crazy. He doesn't have like a crazy reversal to fuck with you. It's not anything that's going to blow you up for your Oki. But he can't really do anything outside of system mechanics. Let's see. You can... There's some clever ways... There's some clever ways you can get around Venom stuff, just like any zoner. And you can blow them up pretty good for a lot of them. So another thing is, Venom is low HP-ish. You can blow him up pretty easily with 2, maybe 3 optimized combos. He gets blown up pretty easily by that. And let's see. Oh, he I was gonna write something, but I'm not now. Let's keep going. Cons. Very strong safe pressure. I hate dealing with Venom pressure. It goes on forever. With Coom trying to jump out of that pressure. Trying to jump out of that pressure sucks because you have a big hurt box and you're going to get tagged by a lot of balls, and that sucks. He has a better fireball game with and without meter. Stinger YRC is infinitely better than Blue Ball YRC. It's tough to challenge him with fireballs. At best, you can maybe get him to think about putting down a ball, and you can control your ball to like stop in front of his face and make him guess a bit about how he's going to move, but he's just going to beat you with fireballs. Strong zoning. I'll say strong. I think it's better to just say like effective zoning. The way he can just cover a lot of your options, how balls can move at unpredictable angles. If you're playing against a good Venom player, they can shoot balls at angles you've never even seen before to catch you. The zoning he has can be very effective when played right. Can deal with, what is it? I was going to originally say that this is one of the good things, is that once you get a super viable, Venom has to kind of guess, but overall, he doesn't have to think too hard against it, because he can just, if he does QV charge, he can kill your ball unless you're moving it at max speed, and then he can YRC it if you try to jump in to fuck with him, so he can stay very safe and not have to deal with nearly as many mix-ups as you could force onto other people. And last thing I'll say is the frame traps. He has frame traps that space him so well that you cannot 2P that often. They'll just be at a range where you won't be able to get off a 2P. So, let's talk about things that Coom players should focus on. Focus on finding ways around balls. Playing patiently. React to your projectiles. because they can be quite effective if you're able to see how they want to move. Make sure to enforce a strong mix-up. You want to keep him double guessing because since he doesn't have anything to rely on to panic, aside from just system mechanics, if you can just keep forcing a mix-up on them, they'll usually crumble. Where else? Be conscious of unorthodox options. And by that, I mean, in this matchup, you might need to get creative. I'd say, especially in a tournament setting, you want to get creative with how you find ways to approach him. So things like TK Hayabusa are pretty damn good. Using 6H YRC to close the gap and then get a quick knockdown is very important. Even just tossing out Grandpa Viper. It's important to show that you're willing to go for unpredictable options sometimes, because that'll make the Venom double guess when they're in neutral trying to set balls. So just be on your toes. Make sure they have to focus on what you're doing as well. And just play slowly through the neutral. It's a tough matchup for Coom, certainly, but it's not unwinnable. It's not unwinnable. So it's just like playing against any zoner. I think Coom versus Venom is about the same as Coom versus Axel. There's some small differences, being that Axel has a rather strong DP, and Axel can't cover unpredictable angles nearly as well as Venom can. But overall, it's relatively simple. You just gotta play against a zoner. I saved us 12. I don't care. Okay. Let's move this over. And we'll start with Cha-Cha-Cha and is it Isamu. I can't read this. Alright. Early on, you see Cha-Cha-Cha goes for a 2P round start, which I think is kind of risky. I typically like to play it a little safe on Venom round start, just to see what they do the first time. He might have been playing against him before this, though. I do not know. I'm not going to go back. Should I go back and check? No, he's just playing against other people. But I'd go for defensive round starts first, and then later I go for more offensive round starts. We also see him back up and get a red ball out, which is good because Isamu doesn't try to challenge it. So being able to just control that gets him in this spot right now. Oh, let me do this again. I forgot to do this. Okay, again, sets out a blue ball and gets it so that Isamu has to react to it. If Isamu blocks it, he gets a lot of space. Isamu has to jump it. He's still going to be able to get some space off this. Tries to use Hayabusa to catch an air maneuver. That's pretty good. I like doing that a lot because people have to FD that. And he's probably trying to jump and throw him there. Again, okay. Setting up fireballs in risky positions is really bad in this matchup, especially red balls. I don't like committing red balls. Even with meter, I wouldn't have tried to YRC that, simply because the startup is so much longer than blue ball. And oftentimes you only need a one-hit projectile shield. You won't need it to block like 2 or 3 hits, because sometimes you'll just be able to get out of there. Does a very aggressive DP. Possibly, I think it was going to be a safe jump, and then he messed it up. That's totally safe positioning. Yeah, we're playing. This is old Guilty Gear. He was able to get a full air combo there, but okay. Just catches him trying to do something on Wake Up. Catches him with a red ball there. That's great, because red ball is going to get you all the way in on Venom. So let's talk about that. So blue ball, I think on average, you can use as shield You can use it just to gain a little space, and then situational confirms. Like, if you're able to just catch him with a blue ball on a wake up sometimes. That's pretty average, though. That's run of the mill for everyone. Red ball is riskier. Long startup, easily punishable. But will give you full control if he has to block. So overall, you should be opting for a blue ball. If you get the opportunity to do a red ball, of course you should take it though. Okay, basic mix-up, 2H, 5H. 2H, 5D. PRC is to get a ball out. Unfortunately gets tagged by that Rising JS. There it is, using it as a shield. Gets himself a lot of space there. That's important. Forces Venom to back up. He has to escape. She uses it as a shield. He was safe there, but he decided to burst, which might have been a good idea preemptively. Okay, gets the ball out again, uses it as a shield. Able to cover a lot of space. Plays respectfully. Neutral jumping just out of Venom's range I find pretty effective. Because if you're outside of his range, he has to make some decisions then. He's like, okay, I can shoot this ball, or I can maybe be greedy and set more balls, or I can run up and try to anti-air him. And from those options, Coom can play rather defensively. I feel like the scariest option you have to face if you neutral jump is him jumping up and grabbing you, because Venoms get good shit off their grabs. So you have to be careful for that. But neutral jumping just outside of his range, if he whiffs something, if he whiffs an early anti-air, you can just do a low air dash and get a knockdown, which is great. So it's a good option to have. God, Venom damage there. Yeah, and he just gets tagged. Oh my god, so aggressive. That was good. 6H can be a good call out in this matchup. Very good against Venom. Because there's going to be times where he's going to test to see how respectful you are. If he's testing it with ball set, blow him up with 6H. If he's testing it with Carcass Raid, you do not want a 6H there. So I'm sorry, I'm a bit tired. Knowing where Venom is testing you with projectiles. (6H, 2D). You could grab some stuff out there. He burst there, which is fine. Nice. Being able, I think optimizing your pokes in this matchup is very important because you want as much leeway as you can get against him. So confirming things into Hayabusa just in general is pretty important, but in this matchup especially important. Tried to challenge him air to air, it looked like, with that JK. Too early on the RC. Stinger RC. Yeah, being in a spot like that is always dangerous. I'll mention that. Be careful on air techs. Challenging Venom's air buttons with Coom is very, very hard. Challenging his anti-air buttons is also very, very hard. 6P is great. I think 6H, the one where he sweeps his pool cue forward, is also great. Those moves are terrifying to deal with. I do Tech H a lot, and that's just because I'm an idiot, but in this matchup, it's one of those matchups where you do not want to Tech H that much because of these two. These two, right next to each other, are terrifying to deal with. This move is gigantic. Swats people out of the sky. Yes. Yes, it does. It's very good. It'll get Venom more setups. Fireball out. Gets himself some space. Right there. Okay. There we see a 6H YRC. He gets himself in, but he's not able to capitalize on it. Okay. Recognize Carcass Raid. What is it? Carthus Raid? We talk about like the low versus, I don't know how to say them. Like there's the two versions of Carthus Raid, which are like one bounces a lot and one bounces wide, I guess. Vertical versus horizontal. Set up fireballs. That's important to get back into pressure. Red ball again out. Gets himself in. Forces himself to take the red ball. Doesn't get in further. Right there, again. Red ball versus Venom's balls does not work. You can try to get it out as a shield, but without meter, he didn't have 25 yet. It's going to be hard. That was a sweet one. Backdash into close slash. Yeah, that's... In this patch, that would kill even if he double jumped there. He loves these offensive starts with 2P, and I don't like challenging Venom that much. If Venom does delayed, like, Far Slash or something, or delayed 2D, he'll probably tag you. Okay, yeah. I hate, getting out of QV pressure is pretty hard. That's just part of Venom's mind game. I don't think I have anything else to say about that. Grab mix up. Red ball out again. Forces him to react. Nice. He gets himself back into pressure. Still steal with the ball. Again, jumps, Tex, gets hit by that. Unorthodox air options, getting him back in. Forcing Venom to block that is good. Okay, let's talk about... I'll talk a bit about that. Because Hayabusa is like a blessing and a curse in this matchup. So Hayabusa versus Venom. Can one be... Okay, we'll just send that right there. So, Hayabusa is very good. Specifically, the charged versions. Because Venom, again, as we mentioned, his defense options aren't crazy good. At a mid-range, Hayabusa is the scariest for him to deal with. Close range Hayabusa, he can feel pretty comfortable blocking that, and then you're going to be negative, so he'll probably find a way out. At far range, he has enough time to do something on reaction. Even if he just sits there until it goes red, he'll have enough time to just 2D after he sees it go active. So ideally, you want to be at mid-range when using Hayabusa. It makes him commit to riskier things. It makes him try to commit to 6P, Far Slash, 2S, 2D. It makes him try to commit to things to defend himself. And at any moment, if he whiffs those and you get a red kickoff, you get a full combo. So using Hayabusa properly, I think, is extremely important in this matchup. While Venom does have good tools to deal with it, like 2D and 6P, and even just Stinger YRC is amazing to deal with Hayabusa. He has great tools, but a lot of Venoms won't feel very comfortable committing to them. You're going to want to use this a lot to just keep them locked down. If you use it too often at far range, though, they're going to disrespect it all the time, and you're going to get blown up. So knowing both the range and why they want to challenge it, make them want to challenge it, is what's important. If you're playing against a Venom player that does not want to challenge it, show how much you can crank their risk gauge. Because Hayabusa, red Hayabusa into repressure can get so much risk gauge on them. So just be aware of how you can use this okay move to your advantage. Not a lot of characters are willing to respect Hayabusa, and not a lot of characters should respect Hayabusa in many situations, but against Venom, you definitely want to try to abuse it. Standard mix-up. He whiffs his OS likely. Wow, okay. That was pretty good. That was pretty sick. So he got the blue ball YRC out, and then seeing the ball was coming down at him at an angle, he DP'd. That was crazy. Again, okay, he gets him to jump out there. That was so good. That was very good. This is good information for Cha-Cha-Cha, because now he knows that Isamu wants to jump that. And that's when red kick is really scary, because it forces you to commit meter then to FD it. If you don't commit meter and you jump it, you get full kick looped. You're fucked. Takes that burst. Shishinken. Whiffs his meaty. Jeez. Wild neutral. Whiff punishes that very well. Full combo. 2P. Nice. There's a 6H that did not work well for him. Catches him again with Hayabusa. Wow, just raw into that 2H. That was nuts. Unblockable? Jeez, there goes all of his HP. Nice. That was sick. That was beautiful. Okay. So, that last match was him forcing him to crack under pressure. He used some just very, very, very aggressive pressure. Set up an unblockable that made him guess, and he got hit by the overhead trying to get out. Got bounced again. That's very, very clean gameplay. I don't think practices against Okay, he gets to fight Isamu again. We'll watch. I want to watch the Taro one. We're gonna watch. Oh, it was a demotion. Damn, he was about to D-rank Isamu. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't think I've ever noticed, like, Isamu's win rate is insane. Holy shit, man. Alright, Taro versus Fino. Yeah. Taro always uses this color. That's his tag. Yes, this is indeed Taro. Let's get the volume down before I blow my ears out, and let's keep going. Again, okay. You see Taro plays a respectful round start, runs up and gets thrown. He's comfortable blocking. He tries to jump out a bit late, gets thrown again. This is a fun situation. Taro is matching a DP there, I'm assuming. Okay. Finds his way out. Okay. This is one of those things. Do not be afraid. This is like a big one, I think. Is because a lot of Kums, when they commit to Air Hayabusa, they may think, okay, I've done Air Hayabusa. I have to play aggressive with this now. I have to try to tag him. You do not. You do not. You can use Air Hayabusa and just get out. Your turn will still be over, but you'll be in far less of a worse situation if you use it to get out. Right here, he's sitting right above Fino as Fino runs in. He could have just done it to land over here. And he'd have to block. He'd have to block again, but he'd be out of the corner. That's insanely important. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever seen that combo. Holy shit. That was pretty sick. He's just going to chip him out with this. Yeah. Bad spot to be in there. Plays respectfully, gets a ball out as a shield. He's trying to use 2 H's to catch him, which I think is a good idea. Again, here we go. You see, he's forcing him to respect this. He's cranked up his risk at 50%. He's running out of meter because he's FDing at the wrong times here. Oh my god, so much. Here he cashes in. Oh, so close. Common spot to burst after that RC. Remember that. That is a common spot to burst. There we go. He still gets this hit though. This is old gameplay also? Yeah. No, he's done, though. Alright. Again, the Hayabusa pressure almost entirely won him that match. Because that's another thing to remember with Hayabusa. You can force your opponent to just waste meter when you have Hayabusa going. Once you are in their head that you're just going to keep spamming Hayabusa and they're getting ready to just FD that, they start wasting meter, and he dropped it at the last second and he took more damage to his wrist gauge. That's so scary to be in because you've just wasted then a bunch of your meter. You've killed your tension gain for the next few seconds. You're killing your tension bounce. You won't even be gaining as much tension. So using Hayabusa against Venom, so important. So important. Pretty ballsy. I like it. Okay, he knows to end his turn there. That looks like he was testing him. He did the Hayabusa there and then just waited. And then he let Fino take his turn. That's good. That's more information for them. Because now they're thinking, okay, maybe he's just throwing it out to see if I'll challenge him. Burst. There's the burst. Smart. Oh, he wasn't ready on the catch. There, yep. No! Just 5p him! No, Taro, no! Okay. Odd choice right there. No meter to even cancel it, but, you know, it worked. Doesn't confirm that to a knockdown. Oh! Using that late 2H to try to catch... I might try to lab that a bit later. He might be onto something there. Fun spot to be in again. There goes all your meter. Great block on that. Wow. I suck at blocking that, honestly. Again, gets him back in the high boost pressure. Exact range he wants to be at. Now, right here, this is where he has to make the decision. I have no idea what he's going to do here, but this is the important spot for Venom. If Venom matches here, he is going to take so much damage. Ah, he mashed there. Okay, he gets out scot-free, though. That's lucky for him. Nice. Great. Oh, no, Taro, chill. Okay. Taro lost his cool there. Again. Be patient. Oh, Shin Churbio. The real one. Let me, do I ban him? Whoa. Oh shit, that's the ban. Damn, the ban button's ridiculous. Bam. Take your sword, bitch. Okay, he tried to get out a big fireball in neutral. Kind of risky, again, when you're trying to challenge Stinger. Stinger YRC. They should probably finish him. Yeah. Again, Taro loves those respectful round starts. Ah! Again, okay. Don't commit Hayabusa. You can't commit Hayabusa in neutral. it's one of those things where Venom has so much time to see that coming. He has great buttons to stop you from doing it. You're not gonna get too much off of it unless it counter hits. It's like, if you're playing against someone who's like practically asleep, yeah, sure, you can work it, but I wouldn't try it all the time. Good blocks. Oh, okay, great 2H. Honestly, 2H is one of those anti-air options that it's a great anti-air sometimes. That's the big thing, is the stars sometimes. It's like matchup specific, it can be an amazing anti-air. Like against Chip, I think it's a very good anti-air. Against other characters though, I don't fuck with it. Against people who have stronger jump-ins. Venom's jump-in right there from an air dash did not look too safe. He recognized that and blew him up with 2H, so that's pretty damn good. There's Hayabusa, keeps him on his toes again, catches him with the 2D, great. Oh, okay. That was so close. That was so close to working. And you see, so Venom gets in that mood. Try to recognize patterns and behavior of your opponents, especially against Venoms, because there's two things that I think Venom players will usually like to autopilot. They'll like to autopilot ball sets, and they'll like to autopilot, I'm going to hit this ball now. If you can recognize those two aspects of Venom's gameplay, you can almost always catch them with something unorthodox. He almost gets in there with Grandpa Viper. It was so, so close. But not quite. It's close. Sorry, taking a shit on my break, so phone sucks. So sorry if you replied to me, YB. No, I just gave you a sword. You're a moderator now. Congrats. You get a sword. Everyone gets a sword. But, yeah, so recognizing a Venom's patterns when they're going to set balls, and also just looking for the ball formation they're going for. I'd say a smart Venom would try not to get too greedy. They might, I'd say, get two balls. Two balls that they can hit. One goes like this, one goes like this, or one goes like this, one goes like this. Shooting them at angles to try to catch your recoveries, or try to catch your low profiles. This is a good case. He almost got through. Let's watch that one more time to see what precisely was caught there. Okay, so here we go. He's seeing this ball coming. He is so close from getting out. If this ball was going down like this, he'd be through. Unfortunately, it's like this, and it's going to hit him. This ball, he's totally comfortable with getting past. At this point, he commits a new ball, is the thing. Oh, wait. Maybe... Did the pattern just... Wait, one of the balls bounced back. I need to watch that closer. Holy shit. Let's watch that in slow-mo. Because I'm not catching what happened there. I'm gonna grab a drink while this is catching up. Oh my god, I can't even tell. Ban Paul Rudd? Don't do that. Oh my god. I don't know what the hell that ball interaction was, I'll be honest. That looks like they bounced and then it went... I'm surprised they bounced, first of all. But then they went in different directions than I thought they were going to go. That's unusual. He actually might have gotten through that if the ball interactions were any different. Back to Hayabusa. Catches him trying to do something immediately. He jumps and he has another Hayabusa prepped. That's good. Okay. So you see that is... let's see... It's important just to keep Venom down there. One example that you can do is if you let that Hayabusa rip, YRC, jump and grab that bitch. He's stuck in air dash, send him back down to the ground. Taro loves... he loves cross-up JD. Gets hit in the air. Bad burst, but he had to. He had to. I don't know if he did have to, though. He had a lot of meter. He could have FD'd and shit, but... Again, unlucky spot to burst. I wonder if I can watch them again. Let's see if I can fast forward through this match. And maybe we'll get another one with them. Get this Johnny out of here. Kill him. There we go. Oh, this Johnny queued up again? Fuck this Johnny. Let's go to the next one then. Tarsfino number 2. Or was this earlier in the match? Oh, their sets are... They're ordered in a different order than I was expecting. Anyways, okay. Okay, catches him overhead. Okay, interesting spot to burst. Catches him with Hayabusa. That's wild right there. He mashes out of that Hayabusa. Again, oh, okay, again, here, he's getting trapped in a loop again. He's just getting trapped on air attacks. All he has to do is chill. Just fall. Sometimes you just need to chill and let yourself fall. He is so determined to get in. He is so determined. That was ruthless. He needed to just land and relax. Damn, okay, very aggressive. Red Hayabusa. That's the distance where... See, that distance is normally where I would be cautious to use Hayabusa, because that is maximum Hayabusa distance. He has plenty of times to just toss out a stinger. Ball to shield himself, gets himself forward. Ooh! Ooh, ooh, ooh. That was pretty damn good. He used the ball to cover the QV charge, and then he tagged him with a Hayabusa, which is pretty sick. Hey, Brandon. Standard mix. Doesn't respect that Hayabusa. He does a very aggressive jump. He sees that Venom is going for a greedier setup there, and so he decides to jump out. Let's see. So, recognize Venom setups. And where's the and? There it is. So that was Greedy Oki. For one thing, Venom was way too late on the jump, and he chose to set up 2 balls instead of just one and then having one prepped. So Taro recognized that and just jumps that shit. That's really important to get out of that. Again, Taro commits way too hard on that. At this point, he's out of the corner. He can just jump back and chill. He just needs to relax. Instead, he just goes in harder. Catches him with a very aggressive 6H. Wasn't sure which way that was going to connect either. Oh my god, 100 meter for that. That's good. You still been playing Guilty Gear? Yeah, this is what I've been working on lately. Net play and Lavin, hey, that's good. I don't practice too much. I've been kind of chilling. This is like, I feel like what I've needed to do is just look at matchups more at this point. I could be working on my execution. My execution's getting cleaner. I could be working on execution and like tighter combos, but I'm not too worried on that. The more important thing for me at this point now is just knowing how to beat characters. I know how to get in people's minds and beat people, but beating characters is the challenge finally. That's a bad spot to be in with the 2 balls over him. You can't commit an anti-air to that. He possibly could have committed a reverse 6P to catch the teleport, but that's risky. Let's see. Scary Pressure is able to get out. Goes for the Hail Mary Hayabusa into the fucking... He just walks up and throws him. Nice. He staggers that with lows. He's... Okay. Here's something. Taro's getting desperate because Fino is at low health. And at this point, you don't need to worry about that. If anything, I'd find a safe way to just crank up the pressure on Fino. After that knockdown, just slap a Super Ball on him. Slap a Super Ball and you barely have to think. And he's already on such low health that any single hit is going to kill him there. Instead, you gotta eat this big combo. And now you gotta eat terrible Oki. Oh my god. Okay, so he commits a YRC to make that cover in a little safer. If he hadn't, though, he still would have died. Oh, with Shinken into Shinken. Full combo. I don't know what he was trying to do there. He just missed his jump. He loves trying to 2H that. 2H is decent. Again, but it's still more risky than just slapping out a 6P. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll try to, like, I've just tried to make it to, I'll try to make it to UATs when I can, but of course TGZ is, like, too far of a drive from Tucson for me to make, like, every week, of course. Just net play the people in, like, AZ Air, most likely, and that's, like, the best way to do it. Because those people will have, like, 1 frame or 2 frames, so it's practically as good as playing at locals. There he goes, catches with another 2H. Shield. Oh, whoa, tried to catch him jumping. Ah, he gets caught with an early jump. Risky. Oh, fun Oki. Chip. Oof. Ah, nice. Unorthodox. This, yeah. I was like, this is definitely burstable. Oof! So that spot was pretty good to be in. So, again, with recognizing patterns, so he uses the blue balls just as shields there. And Fino sees that, and then he gets some greedy Oki here. And now I think he has to YRC this because the Grandpa Viper's coming. Yeah. He still gets... He did something aggressive. He, like, ran up and tried to poke him. That's not really what you need to do. Full air combo. Oh, Coom 2.1. Rest in peace. Whiffed a Far Slash. Risky. Whiffing Far Slash with Coom is a death sentence. Yeah, you shouldn't be afraid to ask people. Playing is good. Like, as long as you're learning, there's no harm in playing. Like, you're not going to offend anyone. A lot of people have been playing pretty hard, I know. I've been slacking. Evo, like, killed me, and also... No GG announcements have also killed me, but we're getting back into it slowly. Just pokes him there. Oh, catches him low. Burst. Oh, finally. Nice, nice. This is what I'm talking about the mid spacing on Hayabusa. You're going to make Venom commit to something he doesn't want to do. He's going to commit to riskier defense options. There, at that point, Venom was scared because he was at a single pixel health. So he tosses out a Far Slash, tosses out another Hayabusa to beat that Far Slash and wins the round. That's important. Another general thing, I guess. Let's get down here. This is just universal. This is for like any character. Is recognize how people are blocking. So I'm gonna go over this real quick because this is like important for any character when you're doing pressure strings. Could he interrupt the charge? Yes, he definitely could have. If he had done 2D, he most certainly would have beat him there. But he didn't 2D, and he got blasted for it. He tried to Far Slash. It was like desperation. He's like, Far Slash reaches further, so I'm going to try to poke him with Far Slash. The problem with Far Slash is it's not as active as 2D. If Venom did 2D, and Coom fired this off, Coom would have gotten like this close, and then would have gotten knocked down by the 2D. Probably would have lost the round. So, making people desperate is what's important. We're going to go back to that Super Ball, because that's an important thing for everyone to know. I think it's right here. This looks like it. Maybe not. Oh, he clapped? Did I skip forward too far? Yeah, I skipped forward too far. Whoops. Let's try to go back. Looks like it was about here. Okay, yeah. They swap sides again. To the burst. Da-da-da. Gets him again with that. Great option. Yeah, he just blocked that and got meter for it. Alright, so here, this is the important part to watch. So, when people are feeling really desperate to block things, they're going to obviously want to commit FD so they don't die to chip. This super is really good for chipping people. And it's also amazing for mix-up, because you get like 3 mix-ups out of it. The important thing I think Taro needed to recognize here was that Fino is low on health, low on meter, desperately just doesn't want to die to this. He has a fresh Super Ball right on top of him. Fino cannot do anything in this spot. There's nothing he can do to beat Coom here. So Fino has to hold this. And what's important is that Fino just completely commits his meter to this. He is so content blocking. And the whole time, even up to the end, he's FDing the whole time. Anytime in that, if Taro looked like he might have autopiloted that, what he needed to do was just get him in a throw. Recognizing how people are blocking. I think this is like the big thing is, if people are FDing, they aren't mashing. If they're FDing, they're not mashing. Because there's no way they can be mashing and FDing at the same time. So, when they're FDing, you know they're blocking. And when they're blocking that aggressively, like when they're really committed to blocking, and when they're 100% committed to blocking, throw. You gotta throw them. Because he's just sitting there, not wanting to die. That's when you throw him. This applies to anyone. This applies to jam players or just get in people's faces. This applies to L-Felt. When you have him in the corner and someone's just wanting to just not be in shotgun pressure. They're just going to sit there. They're going to FD until you're too far away. That's when you toss out that command grab. Because they're going to be comfortable with FDing, and you have to react to seeing them FD and be like, no, you can't just sit here and block it. Alright, that's my FD recognition rant. Let's get back to this. There it is, TK Hayabusa. TK Hayabusa to catch Venom's mid and low pokes or Stinger YRC. Great unorthodox option that you need to beat Venom. Catches him with air Hayabusa. Oh. Grounded, counter hit blue Hayabusa. Okay. Okay, he needed to react to that earlier. Perhaps he did react to it earlier, but the cabs have some delay. But that was such a greedy setup by Fino. That was such a disgustingly greedy setup. Here we go, okay. He forced him to burst, and then Fino just tosses them all out. So this is I think, a way to that Fino was messing with Taro, because he knows Taro when Taro sees Fino place some balls, Taro places a blue ball to try to protect it. So Fino recognized that and he's like, all right, well, I'm just going to get more balls out. It's greedy. I think he should have stopped at 3 and then made his advance, because 1 ball cancels this out and then Kum has to deal with 2. But Fino was recognizing Taro's patterns there, and that's smart. Yep, he gets out, tags him with a ball, tags him with counter hit Carcass Raid. Throwing balls everywhere. Okay. I don't know which ball that is, but for Venom players, that ball is extremely, extremely valuable. I'm going to timestamp this. I'm going to try to find out later, because that ball is so, so valuable against Kum. I cannot do anything about that ball, because that ball cleanly just passes my ball. It cleanly passes it, and because Kum is a big body, I have to deal with that, or I have to crawl under it. That is such a good ball. Because I just have to, like, Taro has to just block that. That ball's coming at him, he can't do shit. And if he had crawled, he would have to eat this attack. Tries a 2H again. He loves that 2H anti-air. He tried matching something risky there. Blocks that cross up. Ooh, doesn't block all the overheads. Clap. Does this hit? Damn. Fino's playing really aggressive there. Cross up JD as always. Nice, okay. Takes that Oh! Aggressive DP. Last legs, don't die here. It's about to get chipped. Okay. So this pattern that Fino is doing is Fino is tossing out a ball and then doing Carcass. Tossing out a ball, then doing Carcass. This is super, super hard for Kum to deal with. He's doing vertical Carcasses, so Kum cannot approach here with an air dash, because that ball is going to catch you. That's purposely meant to stop people from jumping in at you like that. So Kum can't get in through vertical. Kum's only way in would be through horizontal. He jumps, and I think that's a mistake he makes here. He's probably going to die for it, because now he's in a very bad spot. Here's how I would deal with that situation. I would block the horizontal, and if I recognize that pattern fast enough, I would get out a red ball YRC here, because he has the meter to commit to it, and that's going to enable him to just push through whatever Fino has at this range. Hayabusa is possible, but risky. You'd have to be able to YRC that immediately if you see that it whiffs. So this is a challenging spot to be in. I don't think I would have been ready for the situation either. This is just a tough spot, certainly, to be in. Oh, he's committing meter to fly around. There's a blue ball YRC. Nice. There's a throw. Okay. He started to recognize those throws. Oh, man. Oh, no! So close. That was so close to a double KO. It was even a counter hit. Oh, if he had released it a bit earlier, he would have gotten a clean counter hit. Let's see. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, he burst there. Lucky him. Okay, that ball setup is terrifying to get through. I hate getting through that setup. When it goes 1-1-1 like that, that's always terrible to get through. Neutral jump, I think that's a good option here. You can neutral jump and just block this. Your ball will disappear, but you're in a worse spot because now you only have to deal with 2 balls coming in. He gets hit by the top one. See, that's why don't double jump it. Carcass Raid, tech button. Don't tech button. Oh! Is he going to get hit here? Is he going to get hit? Oh my god, he didn't. Again, going in too aggressively like that against the Venom in neutral. Can't do that. There, he's committing unorthodox options to get in. Almost got in there. Don't jump at that range. Don't jump within 6H range when he's got balls set up. 2H again. Oh! Oh! I kind of see why he likes 2H. Okay. Let's talk about that real quick. So 2H is one of Kum's fastest. It's Kum's fastest anti-air that has the potential to low profile, on top of the fact that it's also the safest because it has, I believe, the least recovery. It's like the least punishable on block. It's a very safe start. 8 startup for an anti-air, and it goes low. So this is a very, very, very fast anti-air. The problems with it is that it's not as powerful as 6P or DP or 5P. Using 5P in that situation is bad, though, because 5P is standing. He would have gotten checked there. He used 2H to try to catch him because of his low profile. The other things he could have used are 6P and Shinken. The problem with both of those... Okay, he could have gotten this out. So Shinken's higher risk, certainly. Because if that's blocked, then you get blown up completely. 2H, you don't get blown up if they block it. 6P has a lot of startup. So, although it's not punishable, it has a lot of startup. So, in that situation, let me jump back just a frame. Here we go. Oh, wait, I jumped too far back, man. I'm not seeing these timestamps very well. Let's see if he loses by the high boost. So let me just drink. This will be the last match I look at before I turn it off. That's heartbreaking, honestly, seeing that again. Oh, man. Okay. So let's see if we can figure out what happened there. Oh my god. I can guarantee he tried to do an air high boost at the top of that jump. Okay, here we go. Right here. Okay. Can't get enough of this maze. You know, okay. Kent, if you're watching, fuck you. Kent was like, yeah, I mean, Japanese players say this matchup is a little Coom favorite. I'm like, yeah, bullshit. I hate that. But so right here, he jumps in, he throws out 2H. So, it catches him, and it trades. Now, throwing out a Shinken there would have been risky if Venom had just decided to YRC and, like, fucking block it. That had to be a Giga Brain read, but still, would have been riskier. On top of that, if he got counter-hitted, I don't think he would have been able to pick it up. Here with that 2H, he's able to quickly just get out of that and finish the combo. 6P would not have worked because that ball was already so deep on him, the startup would have gotten tagged. And here he's still able to grab the rest of the combo. He goes for some cheapy left-rights. Gets him to whiff a 6P if he had released that. Oh my god. Throws. Oh, okay. On defense against Coom, please, please do not try to use dead angle when you're at the middle of his string. If you want to dead angle against Coom, you want to probably do it early after the ball hits you once when it pushes you closer. Even then, that's still risky because Coom could just be blocking and going for late 5H overhead. It's still risky, but don't just do it right there at the start because it'll whiff and then ball will hit you. Terrible, terrible choice. Stuffs him with a 6P, good. Catches him with a dumbass overhead. Blue ball out. Oh, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, he catches him somehow like that. Ah! Venoms love doing that. That is the Venom desperation move. Just be ready for that and punish that. Because Coom gets a pretty safe punish off that with 2D. What was that? Mad Struggle? I'm just going to say ground DP. Because that is what it is. Okay, we'll watch one more. Well, let's go back to Cha-Cha-Cha. He's about to de-rank him. Fuck him. This is Cha-Cha-Cha Nisamu 2, Casuals Mix, Volume 10. Okay, did you actually... Okay, Cad, did you know Isamu's win rate is that high? Did you see that shit? Look at that win rate, man. Look at this win rate. That is so ridiculous. 11,000 games and 10,000 wins. That is just insane. High boost around start. Pretty risky. Goes to make him think there's a throw there. Tosses out high boost again. Confirms that. We take those. Oh my gosh. You can't punish that DP. This is just a train wreck here. Yep. Yeah, see you later. That was a train wreck. Oof. Alright. That's one of those things. What's the recovery on Venom 2D? Because I always feel like I try to punish that at the wrong time. I feel like it is super punishable, but every time I think I get it wrong. I get tagged by the second hit because I get a little too anxious because I want to punish him for whiffing it. It's like I see that I'm like, God, I want this to be my turn right now. 14 recovery. So Coom can definitely punish that. This is the part that kills me right here. You see this? 15 frames between the second hit. That is so obnoxious. I'll say thanks for the host, bear owner. I appreciate it. Oh, Cha-Cha loves the 2H pressure. Great. Good Oh, he tried to fake him out there. Okay, Cha-Cha has favored that IAD JK a lot. And I'm not saying I'm not certain why, but I don't see how much value it has. Because here's the thing. So IAD JS, if you manage to grab that hit, you can always follow it up with JH, which if they're on the ground will let you get 2D into a knockdown, and if they're in the air, it hits them for a knockdown. IAD JK does not give you any reward on hit. On hit, you can't cancel it. Well, you can cancel it into a Hayabusa. That's pretty much all you can do with it. You can't jump cancel it if you already IAD'd from it. There's like not too much you can do. Yo, I'm doing pretty good. Burst there, pretty clean. Has this red ball up as a shield. So good. So good. So, he gets through the Venom effect. If this was any other Venom, I'm pretty sure he would have hit in those balls and gotten blown up. But he gets through the Venom effect and just starts backdashing. He goes full Gerb there. Is Gerb still here? Let's peek that. He goes full Gerb there and he backdashes like 4 times and ends up getting hit by the ball anyways. Oh no! Oh no! Too far away. Is this going to hit him? I hate the 2D. That's so ridiculous. That's a risky place to mash. Oof! Big call out. Let's play on defensive again. Blue ball wire C. Shield. Gets tagged. I didn't even see that ball. See, this is a tactical advantage right here. He's got the blue balls on the blue background. That is unfair. Oof. Tries to jump out there. Gets tagged. Respect. Ah! Just block more. Just block more. Be comfortable blocking against Venom. Even if you're at low HP, you can always bring it back with one combo. Tags him with Hayabusa. Goes again. So, okay. Cha-Cha-Cha was really desperate to get out balls. The end of last round, he died there because he tried to get out a ball. Earlier when he was getting caught in pressure, he kept trying to get out a ball. Here, he tries to get out a ball. Again, he is really, really favoring trying to get a blue ball set up. and it doesn't always work out. Thankfully, you can't get punished incredibly hard against Venom for trying to set up a ball. If this was another character, this was against Johnny, if this was against Kai, if this was against Sin, you'd get blown up almost instantly. But thankfully, this isn't as bad. So he's gauging the risk as, although it's pretty risky, he's not going to get blown up too hard for it. The reward, on the other hand, is that he has a shield. So overall, not that bad. I still think I'd prefer to just be safer and block or avoid it, but this is how Cha-Cha likes to play. He just brute forces his way in. Again, IADJK, not good. That move is not that good. I can't figure out what Cha-Cha is trying to accomplish with it. Ba-ba. Background. Oof. Yeah, block that. Oh! 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 He converts that! Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, man. That was so close to getting blown off. That was crazy. Damn, I'm surprised that's safe. Okay, wait. Let me take note of that. Be careful bursting Mad Trouble. I did not think that's as safe as it is. Okay, just choose to jump out. There he gets his blue ball up again. He wants that. Nice. What happened there? Let's take a quick rewind. Okay. Let's look at frame data. Because he did 2D, obviously, if Venom got swept. Venom didn't do something fast enough. QV is a frame trap on the later hits, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So that's the important thing to recognize with QV, I guess. This is one of the harder things. This is definitely one of the hardest things to deal with as Coom. Because QV, at the earlier stages, Venom should be content with releasing it early. Because they get their projectile. Although they're minus, they can typically just bop you back with something. Because they're at a range that beats you. This is why one thing I've just come to realize more recently playing is that even though it's -4, and then Coom gets hella hype because you got 2P and you're like, oh, I'm going to hit that 2P button so damn hard because it's -4. It's not good. This is not good to mash against because it's at a distance where you can't fuck with it. It's best, I think, to wait and just accept QVs early on. And then if you see them getting greedy and charging it a lot, then take your turn. Then mash out. Oh, man. He didn't have meter to confirm it. I think he tried to confirm it. Shield again, but RC made it so he had to eat one. Oh, gets really aggressive. He goes in for an air dash, which looks fine, and then he Hayabusa. And I think this is the death of a lot of Cooms in this matchup is Hayabusa. I still get fucked over by Hayabusa a lot. Nice. Oh, man. Risky early burst. I would have been very scared to burst there. Use it as a shield. Doesn't block low afterwards. Oh, that card is right. Oh. Oh, I think he got him. Nope, too far. Fuck you. Can't catch anything off that. Oh. We blocked those. Oh, desperation! That's what we're talking about. Desperation. Nice air grab. Kill him, please. No! No! Run up 6K. Don't do that. No. Cha-cha-cha. How could you? Alright. Alright, that was 4 matches. Let's pause. Now let's just figure out. Let's go through everything again now. So, things I said originally. Venom can't challenge Coom while he's on his defense. That still holds pretty true. Challenging is always risky. Even challenging Hayabusa is very dangerous for him. You have to use clever ways to get around Venom stuff, which work out pretty well. And Venom, as you see, like, Venom just gets run over in some of these matches. Venom just gets completely demolished. The cons, yeah. You have a big hurt box, he can zone you pretty well. His fireball game is always better than yours. With and without meter, it's always going to be better than yours. His zoning is effective because he can cover different angles. He can deal with Coom Super Fireball easily. That sucks. His frame traps, again, like QV, are hard to deal with because you cannot 2P out of them very easily. I said the things to focus on are finding ways around balls, playing patiently, seeing how they react to your projectiles, and then enforce your mix-up very well. And finally, be conscious of your unorthodox options. I think this was important because I said this from the get-go. I think this was going to be the important thing. And then after watching these matches, they made use of all of these multiple times to try to get in. So that just furthers the point. You have to be willing to commit to unusual options to get in. And sometimes they'll pay off. If you use them incorrectly, though, you're definitely going to get blown up. Like, each of these can get blown up very easily if you do them wrong. Blue ball versus red ball. I think this was also a big difference between Taro and Cha-Cha-Cha. Was that Taro was very comfortable using blue ball, but when he used red ball, he used it pretty incorrectly a lot of times. He used it and he would just get hit by a stinger. We said blue ball is on average better because it's a shield. You can use it to gain space, and you get some situational confirms. If they get hit by your blue ball, Cha-Cha-Cha is amazing at converting these. Like, they get hit by the blue ball, he hits them with 5P, and then he converts to an air combo. So amazing for that because you get a knockdown. And while red ball is riskier and you'll get punished for the startup, you get so much control. And this is where Cha-Cha-Cha did better. Cha-Cha-Cha did better with the red balls and did terrible with the blue balls. He got blown up a lot of times because Cha-Cha-Cha was so desperate to have a blue ball out in this matchup. His red balls, when he got them out, though, usually got him all of his space back. So being calm and recognizing this is a chance to blue ball and being opportunistic with your red balls is important for winning the neutral. Know where Venom is testing you with projectiles. This is projectiles and QV. I'm going to slap that in there too. We're going to take the QV. We're going to copy this, move it up there. I wrote so much on that line, Jesus. Blue ball, okay. Red ball, better. I'm just going to do blue ball versus red ball there. Excellent. So, okay, knowing where Venom is testing you with projectiles and QV, open up your options with 6H and 2D. 2D reaches pretty far. I'm gonna mention 2S here, because 2S is a very low commitment poke that gives you a good enough reward that you should use it a lot. While you don't get a knockdown, while you don't get any other confirms at a reasonable range that you'd use it, it gives you your pressure back and you can cancel it into a blue fireball. You can cancel it into Hayabusa. It's really, really good to just toss that out to test if they know their ranges. Because if you're able to 2S them, Venom is doing something very wrong. His pressure is either too open or he's spacing himself poorly. Recognizing Carcass... we're going to check it right now because that's going to kill me. Carcass raid. It's literally Carcass. I thought it was Carthus or something. Arthritis raid. Recognizing Carcass raid. So recognizing those spots and how to get yourself back into neutral. So the vertical one, of course, you do not want to try to jump in on. The horizontal one, if you're backed out or if you can preemptively jump it, you can get through it. Either way, if you see a Carcass, it's usually going to be your turn to set up Fireball again. If you see that come out and it doesn't hit you, get your Fireball ready, because then you can take back your turn. Because Carcass, if it doesn't hit, has a big recovery. This has a big recovery. You definitely get a Fireball out during that. Be careful on air text. This is... that's the big one. That's what Cha-Cha-Cha and Taro definitely kept losing to. Be careful on air Tex and air Hayabusa. We're moving these up. These were the big ones for them. So this is something that a lot of Coom players get used to abusing. I still get used to abusing. Is Coom's air tech buttons are very strong. I'll put that like very bluntly. Is his air tech buttons are so strong. The reward on them is usually so damn good, and characters usually aren't able to consistently punish you enough to make it so, oh, I'm not going to use it. You're gonna, like, Coombs will just autopilot Tech H. I still autopilot Tech H. I'm an idiot. But it's important, especially in this matchup, to just be willing to not air tech. This goes for Axel as well. This is for both Axel and Venom. Don't just tech back into bad situations. At EVO, when I lost to that Axel, this was one of the things I was thankfully... Man, I should have had someone record those matches, but this is one of those things I definitely remember doing, was I was like, I didn't air tech that much, and I felt like I got so much more mileage out of that matchup. I wouldn't have taken it nearly as far as I did in that match if I had just been air teching aggressively. So this goes for almost any character probably against Venom, against Axel, is do not be afraid to not air tech. Sometimes it is fine to just fall. Don't be afraid to do that. And for Coom specifically, don't be afraid to use Air Hayabusa to move and get out. So many times, I think this is Taro's like fatal sin in his matches against Fino, is that he would get into a position where he had an advantage and he'd throw out Air Hayabusa. And then the next thing that would happen is Fino would just be sitting on the ground and he would just anti-air him. Every time. And then he just caught in a loop where he air techs, JH, Hayabusa, and he gets knocked down again. So, be careful on air techs. Don't be afraid to not air tech. And also do not be afraid to just use Air Hayabusa to move or get out. Let's keep going. This is that's the important defensive tip to get out of this. The important offensive tip is Hayabusa versus Venom. This is so important against Venom. Again, it makes Venom commit to riskier defense options. Since Venom doesn't have a DP he can just throw away, he doesn't have a horizontal DP like Kai and Soul and Sin. He has to deal with it using his buttons. Ideally, you want to be at the mid-range, because this is a range where his best options will whiff, like 2D, far slash, 6P. They'll all whiff, and you can get a punish easily. If you're too far away, his options become better because he can relax, wait till it goes off, and then 2D you and knock you down, or he can wait and then Stinger YRC. If you're too close, of course, he's just going to 6P you. He doesn't even need to think on that. So you can force... This is important with anyone who has like charge moves. You force your opponent to waste needless meter FDing. When Fino got scared because Taro was just abusing him with Hayabusas, at one point, end of the match, he just held down back and FD'd. He wasted all of his meter waiting for the Hayabusa to come out. And then when it did come out, he was out of meter. He had to take a bunch of risk for blocking a red Hayabusa. Last thing is when Venoms try to get out in the corner, because one of the things Venoms are going to want to do is try to escape this shit. Just be able to adapt. Be ready to adapt to that. The great thing about Hayabusa is that you can YRC it almost anywhere through the active frames. It has a ridiculous amount of active frames that you can YRC. You can YRC and then jump and catch them. Alright. That's the last scroll. Okay. These are things I'll look into more. Late 2H to catch Venom TP. I've considered it, but usually the payoff I haven't thought is very good. If a ball is directly on you, I can see this being very good, because if we consider Venom's teleport, where is that? Teleport. 20 frames total. Coom's 2H is 8 frames. If you see that teleport happen, let me get back here. If you see that teleport happen, you definitely have enough time to 2H. 8 frames on 2H, like, you can make that happen. The reward, though, is it seems a bit iffy. Other things you can do to catch Venom TP is hard read with a 6P. That's pretty hard. That is pretty damn hard. Thankfully, it covers both sides, so that's good. Oh yeah, here we go. Don't try to commit Air Hayabusa in neutral versus Venom. I'm moving this up. TK Hayabusa, on the other hand, is very good. If you're not overusing it, it is very good. Try to recognize patterns in behavior. I think this is important for any zoning type characters. If you're playing against Dizzy, if you're playing against Venom, if you're playing against Axel, just be able to recognize some of their patterns that they like to throw their projectiles at. Because if you recognize those patterns, it just gives you more ways to get in, more openings to exploit, and you'll have a lot easier time getting into their head. This is more advanced matchup stuff. Recognize Venom's setups and Greedy Oki. Knowing what setups you can jump out of, I think, are very important because Venom's going to want to keep you in place, and Venom is very good at keeping people in place. So recognizing a greedy setup where there's not a ball on top of you, I can jump this, is pretty important. More advanced stuff. Recognize how people are blocking. In general, we talked over this a bit earlier. If people are FDing, they aren't mashing. Throw them more. Last thing, I was going to check what ball that is. Final things. Watch out for Desperation, Ground DP. What's that called now? So Mad Struggle is the Double-Head Morbid. Double-Head Morbid. Watch out for that. That's situational. It's like a desperation move. Be more patient when trying to punish Venom 2D. That's more personal for me. And be careful bursting Mad Struggle. I didn't know that, honestly. Vulnerable to being thrown if the last hit's insta-block. Yeah, okay. Oh, see this. Aha. This is the thing that's scary. It has 1 through 7 strike. No wonder. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what... I still want to figure out what ball that was. It might be an HS... S-ball? Oh, man. I'm gonna ask Kent later because I feel like Kent probably will know what ball that is, because I think that is like one of the keys for Venom to use in this matchup, because this ball is so strong. Anyways, okay, that's all I got for Venom for now. Maybe we'll come back to it later. Is anyone still around? Oh, are people still around? I can't even tell. It says 1 watching now. If anyone's still around, thank you for watching. We'll probably cover some more crazy matchups later. Thank you, guys.